Hey everybody, Will, just in time prepping. How's everybody doing this great morning? Yeah, the sun went away, but that's okay. I've got regular lighting. Hey, I got some good news for you guys. We finally made it to 1100. But we have a little snag. I still need more VRs from you. I have 4. I want some more VRs. Those are video responses. They are only between 5 minutes and less long, and you use the keyword in the comments down below and you give me that video response and we'll have a drawing on Monday. That gives you all a weekend to get those video responses in. So guess what? Monday's the big day. Monday at 8 p.m. I will be going live and we'll be having a winner for that 3-day, 3-person survival pack. It's a great deal and it's for free for some lucky person. So there we go. We're on 1100 right now. Today's Friday. I'm going to give you the weekend to get your VRs in. And on Monday at 8 p.m., Monday at noon, I'm going to stop taking VRs, video responses. And then Monday night, I'm going to go live at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we're going to have a live stream. We'll pull the winner, and then we'll have a little chit-chat on what everybody wants to see for 2018. So make sure that you're in that drawing, because without that video response, you're not in it. So that's what I have on that. I wanted to let you guys know just that we made it to 1100, but I don't have enough video responses from you, the subscribers of this channel. I know you guys can do it because you guys put out videos every day. What's one extra just for shits and giggles? So I want you guys to do that. Hey, I want to give a shout out to the guy that did my intro, and it's called Not a Good Name for This Channel. I believe that's it. I probably got it all wrong, but anyway, it's an off-the-wall thing, and he did a great job on my intro, don't you think? So the rest of the video is gonna be about me. I know that we have those about me videos on YouTube, but they only give you a few minutes to get that done. And you're talking about your channel. You're not talking about you personally. But in the comments of my videos, somebody said they would like to know a little bit about me myself. So I thought I would spend the time to let you guys know a little bit about Will the man, you know. So I try to do it. It's hard for me to talk about myself because I'm always worried about the other guy, but here we go. I'm going to try, okay? I'm 64 years old, and I have COPD, but I don't let it get me down. I don't want anybody to feel sorry for me because, you know what, it's not what I am. So anyway, I was in the military. I spent 4 years in the Navy. I was in ship supply. I was on a ship called the USS Hunley, AS-31, and when I got out of there, I wound up in a place called Kimball, Nebraska, and I lived there for 10 years where I married a woman. And before I left there, because the work dried up, and I went out to the West Coast, but before I went out to the West Coast, my wife didn't want to go with me, so we got divorced and I went out west on my own. And so I landed in Everett, Washington, where I spent most of the rest of my life. I spent over 40 years there. I love it out there. In my opinion, that's God's country, where I worked on heavy equipment, operating it for about 10 years, till I could get into the skill I was actually trained for, which is welding. And when I finally landed a job welding, I worked my way through the assembly line all the way up to a supervisor's job. And shortly after that, I was a production manager. So that's where I'm at. And all during this time, I've always been an outdoorsman. Even when I was a child, my parents would let me go out of school, and we would go out hunting for a week every year, where we would stay and rough it out in the wilderness until we all got our tags filled up. So that kind of traveled along with me when I was after I grew up. There was really no hunting to do in Nebraska. Well, I did go. I would go pheasant hunting, which is kind of fun. You use a shotgun to do that. And so when I went out west, it was almost I was in heaven, because I got to hunt deer and elk and bear and all kinds of stuff there. And I got to do what I like most. I got to spend time outside in the wilderness. And that was the biggest part of my life, was going and living out away from the city, you know. So that's where I got most of my prepping skills, was from my parents, and then later on in life from just taking off from society and going off in the woods by myself, or I'd take a friend with me. Usually during hunting season, we would just pack up the truck and go up into the mountains and park the trucks and lock them up, and then just hike into the mountains and spend a week in the mountains. And we'd stay out there until we either tagged out or until we had to go back to work. So anyway, that's where I got my prepping skills at. I married a woman in Washington that it didn't work out. I was married there for 18 years. And we had one son, which he's with me. When we got divorced, she had decided that she didn't want to quit partying, doing all the drugs and stuff. So when I took her to court, I got custody of my son. So I was a single parent. And let's see, he's 18 now, and he's going to be starting college this fall. I'm really proud of him. He's quite the man. He's turned into quite the man. And so I got to a point where I couldn't work anymore. I had developed chronic COPD, which is, I got asthma with that. I also have AFib. And so I had to quit working. I worked as long as I could, but it got to a point where the company couldn't afford to have me on. I was a liability, so I went on disability. And I've been on disability now for, I would say, around 8 or 9 years. And I decided, I'm not a quitter. I'm always out doing something. Even though I don't have the lung capacity anymore, I still like the outdoors, so I go out and I do all that stuff as much as I can, and my son enjoys it. My son, when he was 11, he joined the Boy Scouts, so I became a leader in the troop, and we went all over the place hiking and camping and teaching the boys the way of the woods and all that stuff. So I've always been kind of a woodsman. So that brings me to where I am now, is getting on in age, and I've taught the boys and the Boy Scouts and all that, and now I'm turning around. I'm trying to use my knowledge and wisdom, I guess, to teach people here on YouTube. I mean, I am in the prepper community. There's a lot of preppers out there, but they kind of are a close-knit group. And so when I decided to kind of branch out this year and teach my skills not only to other preppers, but to the regular community as well, I kind of got a little hot water with those guys. But, I'm not going to back down. I still think that when a disaster hits, that no matter who you are, you deserve to have the knowledge to be able to get through it. So that's where I'm at. Is for first year I was in the prepper community, but now I'm branching out to other parts I have met so many nice people here on YouTube, and they're so kind and generous, most of them are, that I just wouldn't have it any other way. I have met some really good friends here, and I just can't say enough about it. You guys are just the greatest. So I want you guys to know I have a product line. I don't really push it on you guys because I figure that in this time and age, nobody has too much money, so they can get the stuff if they want. It's at teespring.com/stores/just-in-time-prepping. And I have t-shirts and coffee mugs and stuff like that, stickers, that you can go and get offline. And recently I have added a post office box to my About page, so that if you guys want to email me, there's an email address there. Also, there's a post office box if you guys want to send me something. You can. I'm not forcing you to. I'm not begging you to or anything like that. I'm just saying that if you send me something, I will turn around, send you something back that's I feel is the same value. And I got stickers now, so I've got some right here on with me, and then there's some online also. They cost $6 a piece, but I have some here that I will send out to people that send me something. And what else? I do leather work. I've always done leather work, even as a welder. I would do leather work for other people, and I would sell it to them. And so that's how I picked that up. A guy that was in prison taught me. And I've got a crap load of tools, and I like doing it because it's soothing for the soul. You know, I would sit there and think about life and whatnot, and work with the leather and get the vision of what you want done to it and all that stuff. So I'm 12 minutes into this, and I guess that's about it. I just wanted to let you guys know a little bit about me, so that you would see the vision that I see. Is I see a vision of everybody being able to survive a disaster. If you don't have the knowledge, you can't put anything in place. So that's where I'm at. I want to make sure that everybody, not just the prepper community, but everybody, at least have the information. Because if you at least have the information, that'll always be spinning around in your head, and maybe somewhere down the line in your lifetime, you may decide to go ahead and start planning. And to plan, you have to have the stuff. So you have to have food, water, and shelter for sure. And you mostly have to have water, because without water, you wither away. So I have food, water, and shelter. But I also carry a weapon, so in an SHTF situation, you may need that in order to keep your family safe. So that's how I feel about it. I have a concealed weapons permit, so I can always have my pistol with me. I guess that's about all I've got. If you guys have any other questions about, you want to know about me personally, feel free to leave the comments down below. If I wasn't clear enough in telling you about myself, feel free to ask any questions you want. I really don't hide anything about myself. I have like an open book. So I just want to let you guys know the contest is still going until noon on Monday. We do have the 1,100 subscribers already, but I would really like to see the subscribers give me a video response as to how they feel about the channel and what they would like to see or get out of the channel. I mean, 5 minutes or less out of your life isn't that much. So that's what I have for today. And as always, you know I can't be doing this without you guys. So God bless me, God bless you, and God bless USA. Till next time, thanks for listening.